Good morning, this hot rod. I'm on the table this morning. I'm on practice table I built. Uh, Main purpose was to have something to practice on. My table is 8 foot long. I have a takeoff table where I shoot the dice from. The measurements from the takeoff wall to the wall that I'm throwing is exactly 11 foot 10 inches. That's the inside of the table, like on a 12-foot table. I'm about to get in a session. I've already pretty much started. I had one roll. I decided I wanted to do a pre-recorded video. I'm Hot Rod. This is not about joining my channel or anything. This is just about information, trying to receive more information. Anyway, we're going to start out. I'm starting with a dice set of 5-4 on top and 4-5 on the back. This is Hot Rod, preparing for the casino next month. Be down there for 2 days, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, this Hot Rod, we're about to get started. We are following and putting everything that we do on the table in Crapsy.
No more bets.
So we're coming out.
Dice are out.
We don't have a point. This is going to be a new point. Our first point is a hard 6.
6 hard.
So we got a hard 6. That was my last number before I started recording. That's almost like a repeater because it's exact same number, exact same everything. So I just want to throw the dice, put this on YouTube. A lot of people, have what they believe. I believe what I believe. My job is to throw the dice the best I can. We're coming out.
No more
We're
bets.
using the 5-4, 5-4 set. I do have another set that I go to, but once the set is working, I try not to change it unless I have to. Okay, we got a 2, 6, 8. That's our next number. That 8's going to pay $35. That's 1 green and 2 reds. In my situation, that's going to pay $35. We're going to put that in the back of our rack so we can kind of keep track of what we're making, and we're going to turn it over in the bonus session that I have set up on my table. I believe that at the end of the day, it's what the dice do. All I have to do is land my dice straight, make sure that they're floating together in the air, make sure that they're not too high. It is some factors in being a dice influencer,
No more
but
bets.
I don't believe I know what number's going to come out. Like, for instance, I'm using the 5-4, 5-4 set. It should bring me 9s or 5s. We'll see. I'm going to see if a 9 or 5 come. We'll see. Okay, we got a 6-3-9. Okay, maybe I am wrong. Hey, I could be wrong. I'm not no genius. Everything I have learned from the craps community. Wow, I got 35 on the, let me see what I got on in Crapsy though. In Crapsy, I only have 25 on the 9, so we're going to be fair. So I'm going to get paid another $35. Okay, that was a 9. Using the 5-4, 5-4 set. I'm going to probably do another throw. Hopefully, it'll stay alive. That way I can regress. Let me turn the 9 over. Yeah, I think I throw the dice pretty good. I started out as a random shooter,
No more bets.
shooting with my left and my right hand, doing pretty good at the casino, way before I had my own practice rig. But now, I've gotten this throw to be pretty good. Dice are out. Okay, we got a 6-4-10. Let's see how it looks. Nope, that is a 4-6-10. We got to put it in right. Turn that over on the bonus section. So far, I got the 9-10. I need the 11 and 12. I got the 3, 4, and the 6. We'll see what happens. With this particular 10, wait a minute, hold on. I'm going to get paid $49, but I've already threw $1 out there. So they're going to pay me $50. So I've already given them the VIG, so I'm going to give them the VIG back. I'm going to pay another $1 to them. But this time I'm going to do something that I think I did in Crapsy, but since it's not on the table, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to get 5 whites for $5. And I'm going to make these be $26 each. I put my buy right here. But still, I made a little money. I just didn't have it right on the table. Crapsy paid me right, but I paid myself like this so y'all can see how you get paid when you buy the 10 or the 4. Anyway, this hot rod.
No more bets.
This is not about liking and subscribing. This is about hopefully you guys throw in some input. Dice are moving, dice are out. This is roll number 7. Okay, we got another 4, 6, 10. Big Ben, he on the end. I believe I passed him on I-10. Okay, now what's going to happen this time, because I made that be 26, they're going to pay me $51. You see that? Okay, so now what we do now, y'all, we're going to ask the dealers to bring everything down. We're going to bring everything down. They're going to pay me my VIG back on my 4 because that didn't happen, but we're bringing everything down. We're going to bring everything down. We're going to give them their buy chip back. And what we're going to do, this is my game. I don't, I know that I'm a great thrower. I believe I am. They call me Hot Rod. I put it on my hat because somebody else told me that was the case. So I try to get the best throw ever. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to regress at this point, made some money, regress, maybe get a couple more throws and then get out of there and just wait for the light side, which I call the odds and the pass line. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go inside. I'm going to go inside. Hold on. Go inside table minimum, which is this is a $15 table. Dice are moving. We're doing the 5-4-5-4 set. Dice are out. Sorry that took so long. Okay, we got boxcars. That's a midnight. I call that midnight train to Texas because one thing about me, I'm going back to Texas. I don't know where y'all going, but that's a midnight train to Texas. Y'all can see it. I just turned it over. All I need is the bus 11 to show up. Yo 11, I need that to show up. And then we'll have the tall taken care of. We're going to stay regressed. We're not going to press, do anything. We're just going to do the same thing. We're going to keep the same dice set. A lot of times it's really not the dice set. It's either maybe our throw or maybe the dice is not landing on our point that we're trying to get. Sometimes it is the dice. Sometimes it is us. Most of the time, I believe, it's the dice. Dice out. Oh, that was perfect. That you couldn't have, okay, I may be crazy. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I hope y'all can see it. That is a ace deuce. I'm about to cut loose on what, y'all? That sauce. What kind of sauce? That Alfredo sauce. That's an ace deuce, y'all. We call that a 3 or a crap or whatever y'all want to call it. We call it ace deuce. Alfredo sauce. Yeah, that's what we call it. Anyway, coming back out. We ain't going to do nothing. We're going to stay on the 5-4-5-4 set. We're throwing the dice live right now. I have my table set up like I'm at a 12-foot table. 11 foot 10 inches from wall to wall. I just try to get a good throw. We have a hard 8. Don't be late. That's a hard 8. I'm going to get paid $21. We're going to stay just like we are, and we're going to hopefully we can just build up. This is my first throw of the morning. It don't matter it's my first throw or whatever, because at the casino, when the dice comes to you, most of the time, you're on your first throw. Anyway, Hot Rod, we're on the 5-4-5-4 set, which is part of my Roll 1 4-1 series. Dice are moving. Dice are out. A little high, but they were still good in the air. Aces in both places. Hey, I'll take it. That's aces in both places. All we waiting on now, y'all, is the 5. So now this 5-4-5-4 set, if you look how it is put together, it has 5-4. It has the 5-4 on top, 4-5 on the back. And then if you really look at it, we're going to stay alive. If you really look at this dice set with the 5-4,
Dice are out.
certain dice sets bring certain numbers depending on how the dice fall for you. So we got the 5-4 on top, 5-4 on the back. The 6s are on the outside. The ones are on the inside, and then we got 2-3 on the front and 2-3 on the bottom. So we should get a 5 somewhere. Dice are moving, dice are out. Okay, we got a hard 10. That's my brother Big Ben. I think I passed him on I-10. I could have sworn I did. That's a hard 10. We're not going to fret. We're not going to do anything. Matter of fact, because this is my first throw and I practice like I'm at the casino, I'm going to turn my box numbers off for a couple of throws. Right now, hopefully, because I am on the ATS, the tall, the small, $5 each, hopefully the 5 or the 11 will come. That way I can reset and start over. Or I'll take the 6. That way I can regroup. But I'm not going to risk losing any money. I like to hold on to the profit that I get into instead of trying to keep on putting my profit. My job is to go home with some money, more than I brought. Dice are moving, dice are out. 5-4, 5-4. Good bounce, good hit. That's a 6-2-8. Don't be late. We're not going to fret. We're going to keep that off. We don't care. We don't care about that. When you get to the casino, maybe you've drove, 30 or 40 minutes, maybe an hour, 2 hours. I don't know how long, maybe you flew there. You got to realize on your first throw, it either can be a hot throw or it can be a disaster. So what I try to do, if I do get a chance to make a couple of dollars, I'll take that opportunity because I know I'm going to be at the table for at least 2 hours. I'm going to take that opportunity to get used to their table. So I get a couple of wins, get out of there. I do the same thing at my practice spot. Dice are moving, dice are out. That's a 1, 4, 5. We call that a truck and camper. Not only a truck and camper, that is the 5 I needed for the tall. I'm going to get on this particular setup because I have the way I have it in Crapsy. I'm going to get paid $170. So I'm going to give myself 1 black. I'm going to give myself 2 greens. And I'm going to give myself 4 reds. That's how much I'm going to get paid. So we're going to put that in the rack. Okay, all that goes in the rack, on the back of the rack, because we're trying to keep track. And guess what else, y'all? We're going to stay off. We've made some money. Right now, we're practicing at the casino. I did that last month, not last month, a couple of weeks ago at the casino, and they thought I was crazy. By the time the dice came back to me again, I blew the table away. I may not have made the type of money I wanted to make, but as far as my shooting, I blew the table away. And I said, you got to get warmed up like an athlete, because this is, I'm an athlete at this. I'm not just a gambler. I'm an athlete at throwing the dice. Dice are moving, dice are out. I'm going to try to hit those S's if possible. Ah, woo, right in there with it. That's a 6-2-8. Don't be late. Guess what, y'all? That's another 6-2-8. I know y'all want me to turn back on, but hey, I'm at the casino. If I'm at the casino, I'm trying to be at the table for hours and hours. And, even on your throw sometimes, you got to kind of be a little cautious. Right now, I'm on my 17th roll. All I need is the 11. I'm going to wait on the light side, which is the odds and the pass line, just like somebody who's waiting on the don't pass. And hopefully, if the number comes or, I can start over. I'm going to turn back on, but right now, let me just see what happens. This is my first throw. This is Hot Rod. We're on our 17th roll, going on our 18th roll. 5-4, 5-4. Keep the dice straight. We got hard 6, y'all, just like that. No magic, no nothing. I got on short sleeve shirt. Nothing's up my sleeve. We waited on the light side. So way this is going to happen, I'm going to get paid 15 in the front, and I'm going to get paid 30 in the back because I went a little teeny bit aggressive. I am a low to the flow player. I'm not going to play that much. I may not ever, win the type of money I see people winning, but hey, I'm in the game to get better at it. I'm in the game to have fun. And if I win $200, $300, $400 to go home with extra, hey, I'm happy. Because my whole thing is I want to be the best player I can be. And the money's going to come as I get better at the game. I only been a dice influencer now for about going on, I would say I've been serious about this for a little bit over a year. But I've really been throwing the dice for a while. But I used to throw with my left hand and my right hand, shake them up, throw them, pretty much bubble craps. Dice are moving, dice are out. Oh, look at that, y'all. Woo, that was pretty. Hard 8. Don't be late. Guess what, y'all? That was a hard 8. And it was pretty. Yeah, they say that, shooting from the end of the table is hard. I will agree with them 100%. I will also say that shooting by yourself is hard, but as you get better at it, you will shoot by yourself more than you will waiting for hours and hours to get the dice. I like it when it's 3 or 4 people at the table because I go there to throw the dice. We practice throwing the dice for hours and hours. Then we get down there on a Saturday and then the table's so packed, it takes hours to get the dice. So I like it when there's hardly nobody there. So I'll go down there when nobody's at the table and see if I can, get in by myself if I have to. Now, it used to be a point that I was scared to be by myself. But now that I pretty much got how to throw this set shot, I play by myself. Don't even care. I'm playing by myself at practice. There it is, baby. What you got? We got a 358. Don't be late. I didn't plan it. I didn't know what number was going to come. All I did was try to keep my dice on axis, try to keep them to bounce, hit. Don't be too close to the wall. Try to keep them together as much as possible. I'm going to get paid 33. I'm going to do it like this time. I'm going to do a green, a red, and I'm going to do 3 whites. That's going to be $33. That's what we're going to do right here. And we're going to keep on going. We're on our first shot of the morning. Woke up like I do every morning, semi-retired. And so now I can really come up here and get it in. So I can go to the casino and be a star player. Last time at the casino, you would have thought I was the dominator. I ain't gonna lie. The way they was cheering for me and hollering for me, and my throws were looking like I was a professional. And, and it's all thanks to everybody's input, helping me, videos I've watched on throwing the dice. It's not me just by myself. People showed me and have, matter of fact, while I was throwing the dice, guys was encouraging me to bet because they see I really wasn't betting even on anybody because that's one of the things I'm trying to learn how to work on. Dice are out. Ah! But I heard, that's a 246. I heard somebody say that you got to be able to close your eyes and your dice should be able to land your spot. And my spot is the S's. If I can get these S's or somewhere inside of here, in front of here, I try to land it right here. But if I can just hit these S's or somewhere around them, hey, that's a good throw for me. I mean, that's just me. Everybody's throws different. Everybody's grip different. Most people don't shoot from the end of the table. Most people try to fight for stick 1, stick 2. I have to admit, the last time at the casino a couple of weeks ago, I did awesome at stick 2. And I was shooting stick 2 right, which allows me to shoot the same straight out shot because I'm not swinging my shot. I'm shooting straight because I shoot with my left hand. So shooting from stick 2 right was perfect for me. It just took me a couple of seconds to get used to, the distance from the wall because I'm used to shooting from the end, but I ended up mastering it, y'all. I was so surprised. Again, I wasn't betting like I should, but hey, I was a hot shooter. Dice are moving, dice are out. Oh, perfect, Rod. Look, okay. It did go to the side a little bit. Y'all saw it. It went to the side. That's a 5-2. I'm all through. That's 21 rolls on my first time touching the dice this morning. To me, yeah, it did split apart. It stayed behind. It didn't go all over the place. But to me, that was a great hit and bounce. I don't really have that much control. I believe that was a great throw. I can't get mad at that. So I'm going to keep moving, y'all. We're going to do one more hand because most of the time, when you have a hot shooter, I should have turned off a long time ago, but that's all right. You lose some, you win some. I'm going to do one more hand because my rule is all I needed was the 11, by the way, for the ATS. I'm not going to go back up this time. I believe, and this is just me, once somebody rolls 16 to 21 rolls, or if I do it, I like to go take a break, and come back later on or something, because most of the time, or sometimes, I see the table change. We're not going to go back up on the ATS. We only needed the 11. We did get the small. I'm going to dump the tray just like they do at the casino. Mix up the 5 dice. I'm doing everything exactly. One hand on the dice at all times. This hot rod, we got the 5-4, 5-4 set. This is our second roll, goal of the day. The first one was I stopped on 22 rolls. Okay, we got a 2-4-6. 2-4-6. When I look at my progress in Craftsy using this 5-4, 5-4 set, what I notice is that the 6 comes up a little bit more than all the numbers. We're going to go low to the flow. We're going to do $18 8. We're going to do a $15 5, $15 9. We're going to cap the 8 off. And we got some boots on, which is our odds that we got for $15. I'm noticing that right now I got 99 6s overall, and I got 113 8s using the 5-4, 5-4 set. My main dice set that I use the most is roll 1, 4, 1. The 4-1 on top, the 1-4 on the back. That's my main shot, but it wasn't working, so I went to this shot because you got to have other sets to go to. Dice are moving, dice are out. Keep them straight, try to land them together. Okay, we got a perfect to me. That's just me, y'all. That's just me. This just me and me alone. We got a perfect 4-3-7, which I call a sniper, because anytime you get a point and your next number is a 7, you just got sniped. Anyway, this hot rod, I had a wonderful time on this recording. This was not about liking and subscribing. This was just spending time with crap shooters. What can I do better on my shot? What can I do better when it comes to betting? Am I keeping my money out there too long? Am I throwing the dice too hard? Y'all tell me. This is only for educational purposes and educational purposes only. Anyway, this is Hot Rod. We'll see y'all later.